Hi, and welcome back to Get Real. This is your host, Erin Thomason, with my co-host, Sarah Bear. And we are joined today by Wendy Maguire and Kelsey Laganis from the Somerville office of Lair Realty. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Wendy, you're very well prepared for this segment today, so thank you. I'm just going to say we all have a copy of our outline in front of us that Wendy prepared. So why don't we start out with a little bit about your background and how you got into real estate?
Sure. Thank you. So my background, I was in the corporate world for 28 years, and I was running a sales organization for a major health insurer. Okay. And I made a career change out of the corporate world, and I saw there was an opportunity where I could do something really well. I love working with people face to face, and real estate was a great opportunity for me to continue to do that and to help people out.
Right.
I had gone through selling my own house and then buying another house. So, and I wasn't in real estate at that time. So this really appealed to me.
You could see how it's important to have a professional kind of take you through that process.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you focus on in terms of your business? Do you focus more on sellers, buyers, everybody?
So I do both. I help people buy and sell homes. I'm in Massachusetts and New Hampshire, helping them realize their dreams, whether they're buying or selling.
Nice.
Yeah, and I love working with first-time home buyers and guiding them through the process because it's a very cumbersome process. It's new. I mean, we do real estate every day. Right. They do it probably once every 5 years. Right. Or less.
Yeah. Could be more.
Yeah. So it's just guiding them through the process, helping them to get to the closing table, seeing them really happy when we get to the closing table and they're given their keys.
Yeah. Nice.
Smiles.
Yep.
Lots of smiles and fun times. Good. And Kelsey, how about you? I mean, I know that you've been in real estate now for how many years?
About 2 years.
About 2 years. And you're out there every day kind of, just making sure that your clients are happy and doing everything you can to get in front of them.
Yep.
How did you get involved in real estate?
Well, I was actually a teacher for 10 years before I came into real estate. So, I thought after having a 3-year-old and teaching 3-year-olds for 10 years, 3-year-olds 24 hours a day, 7 days a week can kind of get to you. So I wanted to work in the big people business and help people buy and sell their houses. So I thought that it might be a good idea for me to try something new, something that I thought that I would love, and real estate kind of fit the bill.
Yeah, and you're licensed and actively work in Massachusetts
and New Hampshire.
And New Hampshire, okay.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this time of year, as far as the market, how do you guys see, do you have buyers, do you have sellers? I know, Wendy, you mentioned you work with both. Kelsey, do you work with both buyers and sellers as well?
Yep, I have a pretty good mix of both. When I first came in, I started with buyers because, as a millennial, I have a lot of friends in this age group who were looking to buy their first homes or maybe upgrading to something bigger now that they're all starting their families. But that being said, those people upgrading also had a condo or a small house they needed to sell. So then I started shifting my business and starting to gain more sellers. So now I got kind of a good mix of both going on, which is nice.
Nice.
Yeah. And the climate now, I mean, usually this season and this time of year, things start slowing down. Have either of you seen a slowdown, or do you think that things are kind of picking up for consumers and people buying and selling?
Right now, I'm still very busy. I meet a lot of people that they're thinking, well, maybe I should wait till the spring to sell my house. And I said, look, right now, there's still not a lot of inventory, but there's a lot of buyers.
Right.
If you put your house on the market right now, you're not going to have a lot of competition.
Yeah.
So your house is going to be one of the only houses that are out there that people are going to be looking at. So now's a good time to sell as well. I mean, the holidays are coming, so it's a little tough. But right after the first of the year, I think
it'll pick
right back up again. But there are still people out there. I've got
all serious buyers.
Yeah.
Looking to go.
They're moving for a reason.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm seeing an influx of consumers getting pre-approved this time of year, which is very rare. because usually things start slowing down, and I don't know if it's because consumers are becoming more educated,
aware,
and aware that spring market is just, I mean,
you got to be ready for it.
Yeah, and it's not a fun time to be a buyer in that market at all.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think the market's changing a little bit. There's a shift. You see a lot more homes where there's price reductions.
Yes, I've been seeing that too.
Days on market is longer, so that's great for buyers.
Yeah, it is.
It's still a seller's market, so I think it's evening out a little bit. But again, with the rates and the programs that Ross offers, I think there is an opportunity for people to get houses at a good price right now with the rates being so low.
Totally agree.
So your advice would be, don't wait until the spring.
Don't wait until the spring.
Yeah,
Buy now.
Be like Black Friday at Walmart.
yeah.
The spring time.
It is. It is the Black Friday
like
of real
filing
estate.
basement with all the wedding dresses.
Yeah, and I know that there are some interesting stories out there in real estate. I come across a lot of, everybody's different, right? Every consumer, every buyer, every seller is different.
That's true.
Is there anything that stands out for either one of you as far as the stories you've come across, or something that you could, let us know about?
Sure. I have, so I just finished working on a transaction with a couple. They were tiny house living.
Oh, wow.
So they were moving from, a 280 square foot tiny home that they built themselves, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
But they saw that they had, their parents are aging and needed to come live with them. So they needed a place where the parents could stay and they could be in a bigger place, because a tiny home for 6 people is not going to work.
Yeah, you really can't add on to a tiny home.
No, it makes it a little less mobile.
Yeah.
So we went out looking for a house. We found a beautiful 1865 farmhouse that had tons of space. It had barns. It had an outdoor building. So it suited all of their needs. And the first day they saw it, they were all smiles. They knew this was the house for them. So that was pretty cool. So we went through the process. But in the process of going through the inspection, we were introduced to the seller. He was at the inspection with us. And what was really interesting is the seller, moving from this huge property, was moving into a tiny house.
Oh, no way.
That's so funny.
So it became this great friendship.
Yeah.
He was not reluctant to move, but he was having a hard time getting rid of all his stuff.
Yeah.
And they really helped him.
Nice.
Like, figure it out, how to do it. My buyers offered to let him keep his stuff there for a while until he could put it in storage or figure out if someone wanted to buy it.
Yeah.
And so they just became the best of friends. They said, anytime you want to come back to the house. We'd love to have you. And,
That's
feel
great.
free.
That's great
That's awesome.
that worked out that way.
And at the end, it was like, that's what real estate's about.
Right. Because it's an emotional process.
It's people helping people.
Yeah.
and
It's a lot more than just buying and selling.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And when you have the right realtor that can bring and tie everything together,
Yep.
I mean, that really means a lot, because it shows that you actually care about your people.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, they're now friends. It's no longer the transaction's over. Congratulations, see you, maybe never again. It's, they're coming to my holiday party. We send cards to each other. We're staying in touch, and that's the way.
That's awesome.
Kelsey and I work.
Yeah. And I know, especially Kelsey, you remain close friends with your buyers and sellers.
Yeah, I do.
And it's you become part of their family as well.
Yeah, I do. I was just telling Wendy on the way here, I met a client for the first time a few months ago, and she had called and said, I really love this house in down the street from me. And, she told me a little backstory that her family just needs, they were living in a condo downtown Arlington, but they wanted more of a single family, with a yard for the girls to run around, and that was very important to them. So, I never met her before that day. I took her to the house. We talked a lot, and she fell in love with it, and her husband wasn't there, so we were videotaping him around and virtually saw the house.
That's technology.
Yeah,
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, but they ended up loving it, and, they have never... This is the first time they would be selling their house and, going through a sell by, and they were nervous. That's, it's
Natural.
Yeah. And I know what they're going through. So, I made it easy. I met them that day. I called, I her lender. We got them pre-approved. We got them to put in the offer that they wanted, and we got them all under agreement in the very same day.
Wow.
That's awesome.
But the thing about it is she was nervous in selling her house. So, I calmed her down, and, I told her, that it's going to be fine. She lived in a very nice area of Arlington. So we ended up selling it in the first weekend that it was there. But the nice thing about it is we spent so much time together and buying and selling their houses that we would call each other because our kids shared very similar traits.
Yep.
So we were like the moms calling each other all the time and, venting to each other and asking how the kids are. Cool. And, so right now, we ended up becoming pretty good friends after that. So
Nice.
it was nice from somebody who you don't know at all, and you become very close with them.
Yeah. And you're getting into, coming back to the emotional part of it. I mean, when you're buying,
it's a personal process.
Yes, it is.
Totally.
And especially when you're buying and selling at the same time. There's a lot of stress involved.
Stressful
It's very
for
stressful.
sellers.
And, being a realtor, you're really kind of caught in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Because you're making sure that the new house that they're buying is perfect for them and trying to get top dollar for the house that they're selling.
Right.
It's almost like you're a realtor but part-time psychologist.
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
You're a therapist.
You're a therapist.
Yeah,
Do the
you're
whole
a therapist.
It all goes together.
Yeah.
Right.
And what advice would you give, someone who is looking to buy and sell at the same time? Because I know that that's a really hot topic nowadays. People are thinking, well, do I need to move out of my house and have temporary, rent temporarily? What advice would you give to, someone who's looking to buy and sell at the same time?
I think my advice would be to just have the initial conversation with a real estate agent prior to making those decisions, so they know firsthand what to expect and how it's going to work before the stress even comes. Like, you could lower a lot of that stress and take that off the table with just the knowledge of the expectation and knowing that somebody's there with you every step of the way.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people think it's overwhelming, and it is. I mean, there's a lot that goes on with that whole process, whether when you're buying and selling at the same time. But to Kelsey's point, I think, sitting down with a real estate agent and getting to know them.
Yes.
And getting that comfort level, because it's big. I mean, you're doing
You need
a
to put
huge
your trust
transaction.
in that person.
Yeah, you need the right.
So in sitting down and having that trust and having that conversation and then listening to them, because we're the professionals and we're here to help it be an easier process for you,
right,
and not to make it so stressful. So at the end of the day, when you get to the closing table, you do have a smile on your face.
Yes.
And it's not frowns.
Yeah. No frowns allowed.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing a lot of these other, real estate companies out there that really are marketing companies almost, right? They're marketing to all these people saying they have lower fees and, all that jazz. How are you kind of combating that, as far as when you're talking to somebody one-on-one, someone that's looking to sell their home, what makes you different?
Well, I think, we go in and try to work to talk to the clients and teach them about us, who we are as a person, what we do for marketing, how we're with them along the way, and the things that we take care of and do for them that are all inclusive. So we're not worried about having a discount brokerage and we're going to upcharge you for pictures or for staging or for things like that. We have a total package that we work with our clients on to give them, and we give them the opportunity of different levels of commission based on what they want for services along the way. But we are full service, completely full service.
And I know that Lair has a concierge program as well. So it's really going beyond,
which is amazing.
Beyond, just a realtor. You're getting a
we have the whole package of,
we have everyone
people
behind
us.
Yeah, the support is amazing.
Oh my gosh,
so photographers.
Photographers,
moving companies, junk
packing,
removal companies, all of that.
Lending,
anything.
Insurance, everything.
Anything
you need in a real estate transaction.
We have.
So you guys are a one-stop shop.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
Before we get too far here, I just want to give out your contact info. If you want to get in touch with Kelsey Leganis, she is at 978-935-3230. Again, that's 978-935-3230. And Wendy Maguire is at 978-828-6839. 978-828-6839. So, Wendy, I noticed here you made a note, something about a bet with a seller. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so one of my first listings was with a family friend who, she was a widow and needed to sell her home, was moving with family. So she didn't think her house was going to sell. She just said, it's not saleable. Every house will sell. So anyway, I made a bet with her. She said, I'll bet you $1 it doesn't sell. And I said to her, look, it's going to sell. I'll double or nothing. Then it sells for over the asking price.
Yeah.
So I helped her get the staging done and get rid of her clutter and all of that and get her all prepared. And it went on the market like on a Thursday. And by Monday, we had probably 8 offers.
Wow.
And it sold for 10% over the asking price.
Wow.
I've never collected on the $2.
You got to call her.
I let her keep that. I wanted to make sure that she just had that additional as well. But it was good to know, it was fun. It was having that back and forth, and that, again, it's trust.
Well,
trusting.
that's important too, because you said you staged it, you decluttered. So, if you have an agent that knows what they're doing, then you can sell your home, and you can sell your home for, a good price.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's really important to choose wisely on that. Thank you guys both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, so these ladies know their stuff. If you are buying and selling in the Somerville area, Mass, New Hampshire, give them a call.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Until next time.